Oh,
So we can skip.
So Jasmine is joining the meeting, new board member.
All right. Good.
And but that means I officially have to share the agenda. Hi, Jasmine.
Okay.
She's not quite here yet. So I'm gonna start recording is paused. Now it's recording. Okay. And sharing the screen. And Lizzie, I did just download the slides for the candidates one.
Okay.
So if we wanted to look at that at all. So anyway, here is your agenda.
Yes, thank you. So I guess we will start.
I start by approving the agenda.
Yes, please. So I need someone to move and someone to second.
Okay, well, I move that we approve the agenda.
All right. And I guess Jasmine could second. Is she there?
Yes, I second. Can I second?
Yes.
I don't know if I can yet.
Hi, Jasmine. Can Jasmine second, Laura?
Is this an Lizzie, are people appointed to this committee or just the chair is appointed? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay, so we're going to handle it like a regular committee. So yes, she can. Anyone who's here is a member of the committee tonight.
Perfect. So 6:08, we approve the agenda. All right. And
so I'm not going to keep the agenda up on the screen. I know that you have, do you have a copy in front of you, Lizzie?
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to unshare, stop sharing.
All right. And then we have some time for public comments. If there are any, 2 minutes per speaker, anything that is not on the agenda. So any comments? If there are no comments, then we'll go to introductions, which I think we can skip because we know each other.
Well, wait, Jasmine, do you know Lizzie?
I think I've been on one other meeting with her. I don't remember when it was.
Maybe I should introduce myself, Jasmine, because probably you don't know me. But I live in Jefferson Park since 1990, so it's going to be 30 already, maybe 30 years. I was appointed to the board in 2015. So it's been 5 years for me as part of the board. During my tenure, I have been at large rep. I am currently the Jefferson Park rep for the area east of Arlington. And I'm also, because of circumstances, I'm also now currently outreach chair and elections committee chair. And one of the main things that I have done as member of the board was we participated in a citywide contest called Clean Streets, and we were awarded twice monetary prizes, which I think because of COVID and all things, the money has been shifting, but I think ultimately it will result in increased amount of trees in the UNNC footprint. And I've also been part of the elections committee twice already. So this is my third round helping out with the elections. Are you running this time? Are you group A?
I think so.
Yes, she is.
Yes. Okay. All right. So this is great. All right, Jasmine. So I guess that's all. I don't know if you have any questions for me.
No.
No, that was super helpful, but thank you for that introduction.
Oh, sure, sure. And I'm very pleased that you're part of the board, and thank you for coming. Yes, I really appreciate that. All right. So I guess next in the agenda is a report from the outreach session. So back in December, there was we had one of a series of candidate info sessions. And for you, Jasmine, the next one is going to be on January the 16th. So please take note of that at 9 a.m. And I will forward you information on that. Okay. So that's one info session that you could attend. It's via Zoom, as of course, and they will give you all kinds of information on how to file for candidacy online or by mail. Although online is much more encouraged. And also how to campaign, and they will give you all kinds of resources so that you can, you know, campaign in the most effective way possible. All right. Then there was also an outreach session just sometime this past week, and that is the report that I'm giving right
So
now.
I did, yeah, so Lizzie, I did just download the one PDF, which must have been the presentation for the outreach.
Yes.
9 slides. Do you want me to share that screen, or is it too boring? I haven't
No,
looked at it
it's
yet.
actually no, because I think you can just I think you can view it at your own pace in your own time. Basically, I think one of the most important pieces of information was because I knew that there was money that they got in November, because up until October, there was no funding for the elections. I mean, for a citywide campaign. In November, they got $456,000, but that money is not for individual NCs to use. We need for our own marketing and campaigning. We need to use our funds, which we will talk about later. So the $456,000 is going to be allocated into uh, doing texting. So they will be gathering, they will be hired, they are already hired, I guess they already entered into a contract with a consulting company that has access to different databases of phone numbers for the different areas for the neighborhood councils, and they will be doing campaigning on behalf of us. I suppose they will be generic messages reaching out to potential candidates, to potential voters, which, because I really think for most of the stakeholders that are not really, their lives are far too busy to be attending meetings or be much too involved. If anything, they don't really, they will have a Facebook account, but for personal uses. So I think what they really use on a daily basis is texting. So receiving messages by texts, as annoying as they are, I think they are the most effective tool to reach out to those stakeholders that we don't, uh, often reach out to. So anyway, they will be taking care of that. Let's see. They also provided us with lots of contact information, resources, which are all included in the info packet. So Jasmine doesn't have it, but I will forward it to you, Jasmine, so that you have an overall idea of what went on. There's also the timeline for the elections. So for candidates, they can start filing for candidacy on January the 23rd, and that window closes on March the 9th. So you have roughly 6 weeks maybe to file for candidacy. So for us, that would be also the window to reach out.
I'm going to share that screen.
All right.
Because that was easy to find. So there's your time. That's it, right? Yes.
Yes, but because it includes everybody else, it's really hard to.
This is region 10. This is us.
Yes, but every NC is listed there. No.
No.
Oh.
Just. So I mean, this is just this one page is region.
Region 10. Okay.
Yeah, I had made this a standalone thing months ago.
Yes.
And called it timeline, so I could always search for it easy on my computer.
Yes, because the one that they sent us includes everything. So this is great. Okay, so that is the first window. The second window is for stakeholders to request, because they have to request. It's not automatic as in the national elections. They have to request vote by mail ballots, and that window opens at the end of March 26th, and goes on until May 18th. So again, March, April, maybe 6-7 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, election day is 1 week after this window closes. So May 25th is election day. And so I guess voters will have the option to either use the drop-off box or mail in their ballots. They need to be postmarked by May 25th, but they have 3 days to reach the actual, I guess, the city clerk.
Mm-hmm.
So May 28th is the last day.
Right.
And there are other deadlines, but that's for grievances, if you have a complaint, but that's
right.
I guess that's out of our reach.
Right. So so based on this schedule, and then me looking at the calendar, I believe our new board will be seated on Thursday, July 1, because that would be our normal meeting night, and that is also the first board meeting after all of this.
Yes. Okay, so July 1st will be the new board.
Right. I mean, literally, unless the whole COVID pandemic is over, and this will be the first 3-day weekend, and people declare it a 4-day weekend or a 5-day weekend, and get the heck out of town. And we realized that we wouldn't have quorum. In which case it'd be the 8th.
Right. Okay, so let's see what else.
So Lizzie, my concern is this.
Yes.
Our candidate filing period begins in less than 2 weeks.
Yes.
But there's been no outreach effort by Dunn. I mean, in other words, yay that they got whatever, but there's been nothing.
Right. So because of that, I think I will be writing something up that includes some of these links. There's a video from Don that is on YouTube. So there's a link that explains to people what being part of a neighborhood council entails. So duties and responsibilities, they give an overview of that. So we could definitely share that. And because of the moratorium, maybe we will have just to do it as a grassroots sort of thing. So just probably me posting and trying to ask other community, to be posting on other community pages. What do you think?
Well, you mean the Facebook moratorium on political ads? Is that?
Right. So I don't think at this
So
time.
I think if we carefully word things, get involved. Give us your voice. Join your neighborhood council. Maybe that's not going to get caught up. I don't know.
Because there was something.
At some point, it has to say sign up to be a candidate, unless there's another word for candidate.
You cannot not mention candidate, elections, vote.
Right.
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 Those are main
the word
words.
vote. I think we don't need to have vote yet. Vote's not until
Maybe
March,
not,
and I
but
think we'll be past
definitely
this. Yeah.
candidate and elections. So anyway.
But the thing is, they're not rejecting posts, they're rejecting boosts. So that you could that's what I think. So I can post it in West Adams Heritage's Facebook page, but I can't boost it. And so the question is, can we get a grid of our board members who have access to, or just talk to? I mean, like, can Mason Benevald can post to Harvard Heights?
Right. So,
we need to identify people who can do here. Would you post this, please? Or will you share it, please? But we can't boost it.
Right. So I will write something up. Definitely. I will get on it tomorrow. And then I send it to you and Gabby, right? To be posted on the website?
On the website, Rahim, Gabby, and me.
Okay, so I will mail it.
And for Facebook, it's just them.
Okay.
I don't approve Facebook posts, but it's all the same difference. And, but the other thing I'd like to know, was there discussion at any of these sessions about telling candidates that we meet on Zoom, that they need to be able to meet on Zoom? I mean, we're trying not to have the obvious digital divide, but at this point in time, a person can't participate in a neighborhood council unless they can do this. That's not true for the full 4 years of their
okay. So
I will. Was there discussion at all about this?
No. No. So I will consider that, take that into consideration, and when I write my blurb.
Right.
Yes. And I'll try to write it in both English and Spanish.
Yeah. Well, we need Korean too, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that unfortunately I cannot do. So if you know someone who could maybe.
Yeah, well, this is our problem. I will talk to Jeff, because how we were getting Korean translation was Jamie was doing it, Jamie Wong from Council District 10.
Oh,
okay. Not at Council District 10.
Right.
Where she landed, or if she landed, or maybe she might still land back at Council District 10. So that's how we were getting Korean translation. I don't know that our website post needs to have Korean. But I think when we start doing the e-blast, we do, because we want people to forward to their neighbors.
Right.
I mean, I'm not confident that we're going to successfully get word out. I don't know, Jasmine, since you're new, how did you know to sign up for UNNC and then, run for a seat?
I honestly, one of my colleagues, our organization attends various neighborhood council meetings throughout CD 8, 9, and 10. And so I was just like, I should probably get involved in mine. And then I looked it up and signed up for listserv.
Right. Because the number of people who are on our list, when I or Rahim or even Jeff still, when we send an e-blast, it's essentially 1,072. People sign up, people fall off. People sign up, people fall off. And we seem to be just stuck at 1072 as the number of people we're reaching. And this is not a time where we're going to be able to build that list either. But those are all people who've received in the last, say, 8 months, multiple emails saying, hey, why don't you run? But we're appointing candidates. So I don't know if that's a viable outlet for us to build candidates, right? But I don't know of any other either. I don't really at this point.
Yeah.
You know, are we allowed to, again, back to your meeting, are we allowed to, probably not, have a table at the farmer's market? Probably not.
It wasn't even mentioned.
Right.
Everything is just assumed to be, you know,
Right.
virtual.
Virtual, no touch.
Right. So we'll just try to do our best to do it over social media, and they will be doing text messaging. So hopefully, maybe, do we have our own set of our own database? I don't know if we do when people
Well, no,
signed
that
up.
Raheem, Raheem may have from Walk on Washington a text database. We're from Arlington Heights, so you should ask him.
Phone numbers.
Well, people who signed up to get texts from UNNC.
Yes,
Or
because
specifically, I think he did an effort for that. I just don't know how far it got.
okay, I will ask him then, ask Raheem. Because if we have our own, you know, very localized
Right.
database of phone numbers with their permission to receive texts from us, then we should definitely, although I heard that that can be very expensive.
Right.
I don't know.
It was
How do you
expensive.
send?
It was expensive, $200 a month or something like that. But you need to talk to Raheem about it because he had set it up for a while.
Okay. I mean, I will just ask. Yes.
Right.
So anyway, we're kind of running out of time, but that was it. And then my next point was what Don included as their election strategy plan. That's part of the text messaging operation, that whole operation. They explained about it. So that was basically what the outreach session was about. So and they gave all those links in the info packet. So I think once you open that up and look at all those resources, you'll be pretty much updated. All right. So that's my report. And then so now let's try to work on the how to most effectively allocate the $1,000 that we have for funds. So I guess we will need, so they will have 3 phases, right? Reaching out for candidates, reaching out for people to request the ballots because they have to request them, and then the third phase was encourage those voters to actually vote. So those are the 3 phases. Do you have any suggestions on how we should divide whatever?
Well, I'm sorry. I would have thought there's 2 phases. Get involved, run for office, and then ask, vote.
But the thing is, you also need to let them know that they need to request the ballots. That's an integral part. What's different this time?
So vote A and vote B. Vote A is to vote. You need to vote, and to vote, you need to request a ballot.
You need to have your ballot to vote. You cannot, before they could just show up and vote and fill
Correct.
out the affirmation, whatever, and then vote. This time, because of COVID, that's the big difference. So,
oh, this is going to be such a miserable. Hang on, wait. It's over. But I feel like this is going to be an election where voters are going to be disenfranchised, and by COVID, by the inability to do outreach, and by the fact that the city clerk is going to take one-on-one applications and decide yes or no, can this person have a ballot? And that really concerns me.
Right.
So.
Yes, but unfortunately, we just have to go through the motions and
Right. Right.
just
But the first,
follow along.
thing is getting candidates. So,
Yes,
so what
so
I would, so you and I briefly discussed this. I'm going to send to you, Lizzie, the
yes,
personal emails for each of our
yes,
board members who's up for election. And
yes,
if you
group
would
A.
email them one on one.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
so it's unfortunate that's going to be, um,
That's fine. That's fine. I already made a list here, but the website is outdated. So
but do you have all their personal emails? That's the question.
um
Because it seems that the UNNC emails are not necessarily, it's not always working. There's some,
that's
some of
true.
our board members are not getting all the emails. So I will
I
send you
think
the,
I have them, but if you would please just do so for me to compare.
Mhm.
Yes. So one question: when you said that when you send an email to UNNC at Empower LA, whatever, so that goes to the UNNC email addresses, right?
In theory, that
In
goes
theory.
to Lizzie.muramasato at UNNC.org
Okay.
or
All right.
Laura.myers and
Yes. Yes.
Jasmine.johnson, although yours is probably not quite set up unless
Right.
Raheem did it
But
already.
Dorit said that she has not received many of the emails. So
But
I
she
assume.
keeps changing her underlying email, but the UNNC email remains the same. So as long as she, I mean, I think she is juggling 7 or 8 different emails. So it may
Oh, I
just
see.
be that
I see.
she's
Okay.
not checking the right one. I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
All right. That's
but
fine.
what I'm saying is it, you know, they can't, we can't force them to commit early, but it's, you know, we'd like to know, because some of, I mean, I'm not saying this right, but for example, John Arnold, if nobody has stepped up to run for the Jefferson Park, the vacant Jefferson Park seat, I'm going to stop bothering about it. You know, the seat you had for 1 minute, and then but you know, the seat that's vacant, John's eligible for it, so is Gabby. Maybe one of them should
Right.
run for that. You know,
Right.
maybe since in months and months and months of putting word out, hey, it's vacant, and no one has responded, I don't know that this would be any different. But they're not allowed to sign up for 2 seats. So I don't know if, again, if you know, if Tom Smith, whoever that, you know, making up a name, if Tom Smith decides to run at large and then
Okay.
sees that a residential representative seat is actually becoming a, you know, it's getting close to the end and no one signed up for it, can he withdraw from at large and submit for the area rep seat? Or once you've decided, you're done? That's probably a Robertino question.
Yes.
Because I want to see all the seats filled. I'm more
I
desirous
understand.
of all the seats being filled than us having competitive election.
Yes, I understand.
But anyway, several of our board members who are up for election are eligible for 2 different seats.
Yes.
So
Okay, so I will please send me the email addresses that you have, including the 2 new board members, which
Yep.
you know, I don't have any their addresses, and I will email them a personal message asking to confirm if they will be running. Yes. So, but going back to the funds. So I don't know if flyers are effective, especially because our flyers were so wordy and no, too much. I mean, not in COVID times, but posters. For the last elections, I went to several businesses and asked them to put them up on their bulletin or community boards. Um, and I think that that's still a viable option. And at the time, just to have an idea, 2 years ago, we went with a company called Phantom Printing. They do a lot of printing for neighborhood council elections. And they printed 6,000 flyers plus 40 posters of the basically the same design, but formatted differently. And that was about $600. So maybe we can spend maybe, I don't know, $200-300
Mhm.
just for posters, and maybe they can do lawn signs. I think they do them.
Well, I'm
There's
looking
also
up, yeah, I'm looking up the Print Depot website to see if they do yard signs.
okay,
And
because
it doesn't say it on their website.
I remember I reached out to local printing houses, and their pricing was not competitive. But this time around, because we're doing just a limited run, it might be. I don't know. We might try.
Well,
I can ask.
Print Depot does printing for other printers. So I have found them, you know where they are, right? At Washington and
On
6th.
Washington.
But it's a consolidation of 4 different businesses when Dennis's father bought that building. So they have business to business clients as well as the retail that you see at the door. So I have found them for other printing jobs, not flyers or yard signs. I haven't even asked them, but books to be quite competitive. I mean, actually quite good. So,
Okay.
but I don't know that they do this. I also just randomly was Googling yard signs, and they seem to have a minimum like 1,000 at $1 a piece. Well, 1,000 seems like a good number in a stakeholder boundaries for 80,000 people. I don't know how we get 1,000 of them distributed, but it's $1,000 and all we have is $1,000. So that's no good either.
Right.
And so the other thing is, I mean, is it a yard sign that in effect says one sign be a candidate and the other side of it says and vote? Or do we have to do this twice? 2 sets. First.
I can't remember if they were two-sided.
No, I mean for our effort. We have a double outreach effort. First we need candidates, then we need.
Oh, yes. Right.
So do we somehow think yard signs are only good for getting candidates or not good for getting candidates and only good for getting votes? Or do we go out, print 2 kinds of yard signs, and the second one we go out and collect the first one and throw it away and put now out the second? Also, who does collect them and throw them away? That's another issue.
Yes. Well, we can ask for volunteers. I would be one of the volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to think grassroots, I think. DIY.
Right.
And like, I have to put on my head for UNNC, then I take it off, and then I'm just a regular Jefferson Park neighbor, and I go and put up the signs.
Right. Well, right. So here's the deal. We have $1,000. We have a very short time frame. Mm-hmm. We have, it's in our budget. The expenses have not actually been approved, meaning we haven't brought an actual funding request for approval. So the truth is we can't get an approval to spend whatever $326.46 on whatever until February 4th. So that's already 2 weeks after candidates have started signing up. Right.
Right. So it will be, I guess, in the middle of.
Right.
But
that's what I'm trying to get at. Do we want to be spending the money primarily, the physical money on physical outreach? Do we want to be spending that primarily on getting out the vote and do more of this guerrilla operation for getting candidates?
Yes, I think we should do that. start with a guerrilla operation for candidate recruiting, and then spending money on request your ballots and vote. So
Okay.
those two phases, and then I can start getting some quotes from Print Depot and Phantom
Right.
and see. But so what do you think in terms of? But I think it would be worthwhile, maybe printing some posters for
Yeah,
be a
right.
candidate to be a candidate.
And where would we put the posters? So one of them could be Print Depot.
Businesses.
No. I mean,
Is-
but which ones are viable? I mean, Surface has people coming and going, but they're them come out of
That
area.
coffee alibi coffee.
Alibi
They
Coffee.
do highly likely, even though they're outside the footprint, but they do have a community thingy. Unfortunately, Blue Elephant, that is no longer,
So are people going to Highly Likely at this point? I mean, Truffle
I
Brothers
think they're
then
doing
too.
takeout. Oh, well, yeah, maybe not inside. I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying. The
good point.
patios are all closed. I mean, Surface actually just closed its cafe temporarily because they
Right.
it's weird because they said because we had to close the patio, and it's like nobody ever sat there. They took the food to go.
Yeah, but you can still go inside. I was there inside today.
Yeah, no,
So, I mean-
Surface is wide open and they have people coming and going. It's just that the people aren't necessarily people who live here. Truffle
Right.
Brothers has a lot of customers who do live here who walk. So, and we
Okay.
definitely could put a poster there, I think. I say definitely, and then I say I think. So definitely can ask them, but it doesn't fit their vibe. Highly likely, I mean, they have foot traffic at Truffle Brothers. Does
Okay.
Highly Likely have foot traffic at this point? And I don't know the answer. I haven't been back since COVID, although I actually got an email from them, not personal to me. I mean, they sent an email today, and for once, their Sunday dinner actually sounds appetizing. Meaning
Well, I don't know.
comfort
Yeah.
food. They're doing chicken parmesan. Usually they do something so eco. Sorry, Jasmine, you probably are.
Okay, so but
But the question is, is it restaurants that we should be doing, and are we targeting only the wrong high end ones? I mean, what about
how about
the
churches?
hamburger joint? I was gonna say, how about the hamburger joint on Washington and
Sure, why not? I
in
mean,
Spanish in particular, because that's
churches, community organizations, maybe they have
well, they're not
there's
supposed to be. They're not supposed to be. Nobody should be going out. I mean, this is our challenge.
yeah.
I mean, in
Okay.
other words, are we supporting people breaking the law? Oh yeah, that place has 1,000 people every Sunday, huh? But they're not supposed to. So, yeah.
Okay, so for now, then let's focus on social media.
Right. No, I'm not. No, I'm asking questions.
Email.
I'm not giving you answers. I'm saying if we print, I'm making up a number, 25 posters.
There you go.
Where
Just the minimum.
But where do we put them? I mean, that becomes the where exactly do we put them? Maybe the real answer is food for less.
Right, I understand, but will they allow us?
Right.
Because they're a big corporation. Most likely no, because I know that my churches here, churches chicken, they don't.
Right.
They won't, because they need to ask the higher ups, and that takes time and blah blah blah. So,
well, why don't you find out what the cost of posters would be?
okay,
And
so
then,
let's just do 25. I'll ask for 25, and we'll see.
and
See where.
and you have to know the size. So I will tell you that a size that's odd, but maybe not. Print Depot actually has in stock a paper that's like 19 inches by, mean, it's just oversized. Instead of 11 by 17, it's something like 19 by 12 or 13. So it's just a little bit larger than a tabloid size. But by using that size, it might be cheap.
Okay.
Versus 20 by 30, which comes on big rolls and they have to cut.
Yeah. Okay. So I will ask them, and we'll see.
So another gorilla, and that's spelled G-U-E, gorilla. Don't a lot of our people who live around here maintain email lists? I mean, like Steve Peckman has a Jefferson Park email list. And Paul King has a pretty good Kinney Heights email list. And I think Steve Wallace has a pretty good Harvard Heights list. So I wonder if we can't just write something and ask them to specifically, again, one-on-one requests. Will you please send this out?
Okay, sure. So, okay, I will do that. Email lists.
Right.
Okay.
Not giving them to us, but you know, and
Right.
Donald Jones.
For them to forward a message that I sent to them.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we'll do that. Okay, so I guess that is.
Now I will say that ends up being kind of a focused, you know, I mean, that's not going to capture renters in Angeles Vista, likely not. But
you know,
but I don't know what we can do at this point. We could ask Hugo if no, I don't want to do this. I mean, I don't want to break the rules. I mean, an obvious answer, but it's so bad, would be Hugo go door to door in the apartment buildings in Angeles.
Right. No.
But I don't think we can do that.
No.
So.
No, that would be too much.
Right. Well, it'd be too breaking the rules.
Yes. Too unsafe.
All right.
Okay, so then in summary, I will be writing a blurb with links from Don and YouTube videos that people can see. We will contact some neighbors who have email lists so that we can forward a message to them. I will be asking for different, maybe 2 or 3 printing houses for a quote on 25 posters. What else?
Well, there's one other thing we need to discuss, but it's not now. We will need to schedule probably in April a candidates forum.
Yes. So, but that will be for our next.
No, I understand, but maybe, but what I guess I'm trying to say is, in where we're saying be a candidate, if we already can set the date for the candidates forum, that would be a really good thing to put in the be a candidate and hold the date, because we will be having a forum where you can meet your voters.
Okay.
But not that I have a good idea of when is a good day all the way out in April, but
roughly.
Well, I don't know. Ugh. No, I'm going, ugh. April, the board meeting's also the first of the month, and it's the day before Good Friday and Easter Sunday. Yay. Ugh. In April, on the other hand, we could set a date. It'd be late.
Okay.
The 5th, April has 5 Thursdays. So there is a 5th Thursday, the 29th of April, that there would be no standing meetings on. I mean, in other words, there may be something to compete with, I don't know, but it would not be anybody's standing meeting.
Right. I mean, we can just hold that date and not allow anyone else to meet.
Correct.
So Thursday, April 29th, we save
Right.
the date. At what time?
Oh, I don't
6
know.
or 7?
Oh, 7. People might be
7,
back
right?
at work. God willing, more people will be back at work by then.
Okay, so 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I will keep that in my calendar.
Oh, I'm sorry, Liz, because I know you teach on Thursdays.
Yeah, but you know, if it's just a one time,
Yeah.
because I already, you know that, right? For me to attend the UNNC meetings, I already canceled one Thursday.
Right. Well, the question
So,
would be, do you have to be there? I mean, I don't want you to go broke either.
right. But I mean, I
But
would
my
feel bad
idea
if
here
I'm
is
not.
just simply that it's a day that wouldn't be conflicting with any standing meetings.
Exactly. That's fine. That's fine. If I have to, reschedule with my students, I will.
Okay.
Okay, so we have that, and then let's see,
Well,
what's
the
another?
other, this 5 others. Do you want to send an email to Adriana and just say, really, we've been asking for this one-on-one meeting, but
Yeah,
candidates
sure.
sign, when did you want to have this outreach meeting? We're candidate signups is 2 weeks from now. God, I'm being a bitch, but whatever.
Okay. Yes, all right. I will write to her. But in general, what is good for you?
Nothing. That's why I asked them to propose some days,
Okay.
not wait to the
Alright.
last minute. I mean, we just UNNC, we have, I have a meeting every night this week. Tomorrow night is the Avenue, so it's not UNNC, but nonetheless.
Right.
Next week, the only night I don't have a meeting is Martin Luther King Day, so we couldn't have a meeting.
Mhm.
I mean, because I'm running these Zoom meetings, so you can't do Thursdays.
Right.
Kind of, I can't do Wednesdays and very easily. I mean, in other words, it's a problem. But I don't know what your daytimes are like.
It's flexible.
Yeah, so it's just that they shouldn't be waiting till the last minute, and they did.
Right.
I've been emailing them since early December.
Okay. I will email her and hopefully we will get a more definite answer.
Right.
Okay. So
If
3 minutes.
I was going to say, if there really is a mandatory one-on-one meeting.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe there's none, but anyway. All right. So at this point, we only have 3 minutes left. Any suggestions or anything that we should set up for the next agenda?
Well, the question is going to be, when is the next agenda?
Right. I guess because it's the elections, I guess I will set it up for the next month. Same as this one.
Second Tuesday.
The second Tuesday, which regularly it's the outreach meeting, but
Right.
I don't know if we need to do. If there's a way that I could do both.
Yeah, you can. The elections.
I think it.
No, we just say it's a joint meeting, elections committee and
Right.
outreach committee.
Yes. So I think for the next month, that will be our next meeting, and hopefully we can work on both.
Right. So, because I do think that we've been talking only about marketing, but I think we need to. I'll reach out to Robert Tino because I really want to know really how he is going to handle people's applications for ballots.
Okay.
Because I have a deep concern about that.
Well, but remember that it's also their first time, so everything is kind of I don't want to say that they're playing it by ear, but
well, it's not the city clerk's first time. It might be Robert Tino's. Yeah.
No,
Do it
but doing
first
the
time
vote by mail.
Oh,
I don't
yes,
think they've ever
yes.
done it. The vote
Right.
by mail that's the part that is really new.
Right.
So anyway,
Okay.
all right. Jasmine, do you have any questions?
No, not right now. I'm definitely gonna be thinking about sort of other outreach strategies and places we can put flyers up. And also
Yes,
I'll check
please.
in with some of our organizations to see if they have like any targeted list posts, because I know some of them are still like doing service work. So like they're doing like free meal pickups and stuff like that, where maybe
Yes.
we could provide, I don't know, give them flyers or something. So I'll check in to see if folks would be available and down to do that.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much. And please email me about it. And also, would you please send me your physical address? I have a canvas bag, a nice one, shopping bag with our logo, the UNNC logo that we would like all board members to use when you're out and about. I mean, whenever you're out and about, which is very seldom these days. But I would like to leave it you know, on your front porch if you have one. Okay?
Okay, sounds good. Will do.
All right. So please send me your address. Thank you, Jasmine.
Yeah, Lizzie, I think her address is probably in her candidate's application.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. And then I'll need to send one to Hunter as well.
Right.
Yeah, our new members. Okay. So I guess that's it. It's 7:01. If there's no other business to attend to, we will adjourn the meeting.
Okay, so and Lizzie, you and I can just talk numbers because we need to probably
Yes.
we do need to get the numbers to executive committee a week from today.
Yes, exactly.
So
I am aware.
And I mean I can just put on the agenda item approve funding, approve outreach for
and I
elections.
remember on our two the two times that I helped out, I always remember Jeff asked for a pre-approval because these things, the cycles go so quickly that sometimes we don't have...
but we have Greg as treasurer, so we have to be very to the book. So we have to be by the book. So let's try and be by the book sometime this week. So I mean the agenda item doesn't have to be by the book. It's just up to $1,000 because that's what we have.
Okay.
But unless you quickly come across some swell idea, but you realize we will need 1,500 instead of 1,000, because the problem with putting the number on the agenda is we can't go higher. We can go lower, can't go higher. So the budget item is $1,000, but if you think we need 1,500 now that you're looking at everything, so look quickly. That's the number I'll put. I can put a different number on the agenda.
Okay. I will start doing that.
All right.
Very good.
You.
All right.
And bye,
so
Jasmine.
much.
We're going to go.
Bye, Jasmine. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Laura.
Bye. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
You
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I'm ending the meeting now.
Okay.